I want to build some stuff on an island. I've been busy scouting my world for the perfect piece of land, and I was coming up short every single time. Either too small, too big, too purple, or it just didn't feel right. That was until I came across this island. You know that feeling when you see a piece of Minecraft terrain and you're immediately inspired with a whole bunch of build ideas? That's what happened here. I saw it and I just knew where everything could go. Now, first things first, when you come across a deserted island, the most important task to do to begin with is to wipe it clean of vegetation. Everybody knows that. It's like the key to survival. And of course, you should fill in any holes and just generally terraform the entire landmass. You know the age-old question of what 3 things would you bring with you if you were stranded on an island? I don't know why people get so conflicted about this. It's simple. First aid kit, fishing rod, and an entire ender chest full of shulker boxes filled with everything you could need to build an entire base on said island. Now, we don't want to jump the gun too much. We are meant to be stranded on this island, so we'll keep things basic for now, with a nice little fire pit to keep me warm during the nights. I have got big plans for this place. We're going to have the main base, or the shelter, up at the top of the island here, of course. And then I gotta do something with this piece of terrain. We've got some fairly flat land around here, so that would probably be a good place for farms. Obviously, an animal pen is probably needed too. I do have lots of other ideas, but I won't spoil them all yet. We'll save it and just do one at a time for now. Since I arrived here via a boat, I felt like it only makes sense to build a small dock as well as a staircase wrapping around the island leading up to it. We now have a nice easy way to access the island. I say as I get continuously stuck on these trapdoors. I'm thinking it's about time we upgrade our living accommodation. The campfire isn't really doing it for me anymore. We need something a bit bigger. Maybe a tent perhaps, possibly a small shelter under a leaf canopy, or... It would have been pretty fun to do a proper island survival where I only use the resources I can obtain from the island without leaving, but I don't think I would have been able to make a house that looks quite like this with just oak and birch. So, kinda glad I'm not doing that now. Allow me to give you the very quick tour of this place. Over here we have the kitchen. Yeah, that's it. Connecting up to the chimney over there, and then the 2 stairs just lead to the 2 balconies. And as you can see, it is the same over on the other side. And down the stairs over to the off building is where the bedroom is. Nice and cozy for me to sleep my nights away. One thing we are definitely missing from here, however, is storage. I have approximately 1 chest. So just beside the house, we're going to make a separate storage building. There we go. I'd say that is plenty of storage in here. Before we do anything else on the island, there is something off the island I'd like to take care of first. And that is these 3 islands just off the coast. We do actually have a couple of other islands, like this mushroom one over here, and an entire, I think, landmass over that way. But they're far enough away, they're not really bothering me. These, they're too close. They've got to go. That's better. You can still see the remnants of them. I've tried to place a bunch of kelp just to kind of cover that fact up. But at least they're not out of the water anymore. So all we've got so far on this island is shelter and less islands nearby for safety. I haven't done a great job of prioritizing my need for survival. We are missing sustenance. There's 2 ways we can do that. One, of course, is to build some crop farms so we can plant some stuff, and also an animal pen so we can use the animals on the island as friends. Yeah, as friends. I may have just made a bit of an oversight. There's actually no animals on the island. I could have swore there were some sheep and chickens, but maybe I'm mistaken. We've got crops though, so that's a good start, and who knows, maybe some animals will spawn here. I think that technically should be a possibility since this is all grass, but we'll just wait and see. I could also potentially just venture over to that piece of land and look for some animals there. But I'm trying not to leave the island because technically I'm meant to be stranded here. And what do you do if you're stranded on an island? you send help. Now, I thought about writing SOS on the ground, but I don't think that would have looked quite as good as building a big old lighthouse to attract some nearby ships. We've got the survival basics now, but this is Minecraft, and there's one very important part that we are missing. And that is mining, of course. This is Minecraft, we gotta have a mine if we want to survive and thrive on this island. So I've just made a small mineshaft entrance in this small mound here, leading down to the caves. Whilst I was digging out the mineshaft, I actually discovered an entire cave system under the island, and I have a feeling I can kind of see daylight. I can't remember which direction I was looking in, but I think this might actually be accessible from the outside. There are tons of holes just in the side of the island, and I haven't really looked in any of them, other than this one up here, which I connected a nether portal up to, hence why there's a zombie pigman up there. But, like, there's ones all the way at the bottom here? No, that's just a hole going straight through. And that's down to a water cave. What about on the other side? Before we investigate, let's just hear a quick word from today's sponsor. If you've been watching my channel for long enough, you'll know I'm a big fan of FlexiSpot. I have the standing desk, which was a massive game changer for me, the office chair so I can sit comfortably, and now they've been kind enough to send me the Lotus Pro sofa. I'm planning to move it to my living room once I start decorating there, but for now it is serving as the perfect seat of relaxation after I get done with my computer for the day. I can kick back on this thing and play some games, read my book, or watch a film. It is very comfy. I love being able to rock myself back and forth, as well as have the ability to fully recline if I so wish, which most of the time I do. It spins, it's got storage, it's got charging ports, it comes in a wide range of colors, it's suitable for all types of people, and honestly, it's just a really great chair. And if you don't want to take my word for it, then that's fine. Take my dog's instead, she loves it. All sales come with a 3-year warranty as well as free returns within 60 days. If you are interested, then please do check out the links in the description down below, and thank you once again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. Oh, okay, that looks promising. Yep, there's a lot of mobs in there. I think this is the place. Yep, I found it. I'm leaving though. Now, don't ask me why, but I thought it would be cool if we built a ladder going down to this cave opening. Not sure what need I would have to actually enter here. Possibly a mob farm? That could work, but I thought it was a pretty cool little bit of terrain and I wanted to include it as a part of the island. Fishing is definitely an aspect we're missing from this island, but I've got a cooler spot to go fishing than just down here on the dock. What are we gonna catch? A fish. What a surprise. Now it is time we build on this amazing bit of terrain. I mean, this is the main selling point of this island. That's why I liked it so much. It's what stuck out quite literally and figuratively. It's really cool, and I want to build a little something up here. There is one tiny, teeny weeny problem, and that is that my fishing rod doesn't actually make it to the ocean. I'm too far away. I didn't know if that was a thing. I thought these kind of went on forever, but oh well, that's fine. It looks cool, and I am a big fan of this added into our island. With the fishing shack now in place, that is all of the main stuff that I really wanted to add into our island. But it's still looking a little bit empty, isn't it? One thing that we can do which is going to make a massive difference is add some pathways. We'll keep the design pretty simple, just path blocks and coarse dirt for the most part, but we'll have it wrapping around to every single build or point of interest on the island. And that alone helps out a lot. And of course the other thing to do is to bring some vegetation back to the island. This time the trees are of the palm variety. Something I want to try is to add some patches of moss underneath the palm trees, just to add a little bit of colour. Not going to go too far out of the way, just a small circle encompassing the tree, kind of growing out from it, you know? Might be a little bit too much grass. Let's see if we can shave a bit of that off. Gonna get rid of the azalea bushes too. I think that's messing up the look a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I actually kind of like that. Especially when it's under every single tree. I love it. I think it's a nice little extra pop of color around here. Just adds that little bit of vibrant green under all the trees. I think it looks really nice. There is just one thing, or a few things, I think that are missing from this island, and that is some moai, or Easter Island heads. Or at least that's what they're inspired by. These were a little bit of a last minute addition to the island. Today I just got finished with a podcast all about the indigenous people of Rapa Nui, or Easter Island, and I thought these would be very fitting. I'm not saying they're perfect by any stretch of the imagination. They are a little bit goofy looking, but I think they work. But with these now in place, I'm happy to say that the island is finished, which means we are ready to leave and head back home. I'm gonna miss this place, but it's now time to set sail and head back home to the base for next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.